Kenyatta has today moved to court to quash the decision of the chief licensing officer and the Firearms Board to revoke his firearms license without following the due process set out in the Firearms Act. Jomo with the details.
I ask myself, what does this government want? Because if it wants me, the fact that I've been silent doesn't mean I'm scared. Come for me. What does my mother have to do with anything? What does my children have to do with anything? Kama shida yenu ni mimi, I'm here.
In the quest for justice, after DCI officers raided his home in search of weapons and revoked his license to own a firearm, Jomo Kenyatta, firstborn son to former President Uhuru Kenyatta, has today walked through the corridors of justice and challenged the decision made by the chief licensing officer and the whole board on revocation of his firearm license. Jomo said that the process was initiated in bad faith and was contrary to the rules of natural justice, and the officers practiced what he termed as abuse of power. Through his lawyer, Fred Ngatia, John Jomo Kenyatta has defined that his firearm license is valid till April next year. He now wants the court to bar the chief licensing officer and the Firearm Licensing Board from demanding his revocation of license and the surrender of his lawfully acquired weapons. Elsewhere, Busia Senator Jomo Kenyatta has also moved to court in a bid to challenge the Finance Act. Kenyatta today has filed evidence running into thousands of pages challenging the new tax law. Kenyatta has accused the National Treasury for loading Kenyans with interest of loans borrowed without any corresponding development projects.
Of the pleadings the petitioners are relying on to make the case that to make the case on two fronts. One, that the process of making the budget was irregular and was done outside the law. And two, that the budget itself, the contents of the budget are to some extent fraudulent. There's what we call budgeted corruption within that budget, which if removed, then Kenyans will not have to pay through the nose, the way we are being forced to pay.
The senator stated that he had been offered a 200 million shillings bribe to stop the appeal. Meanwhile, the court has suspended the implementation of this Finance Act till further notice.
The budget-making process in Kenya is totally unconstitutional. It violates the Constitution. It violates the Public Finance Management Act. It violates the Public Finance Management Regulations 2015. And it violates many other laws that govern this country.
Jomo Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Kirinyaga County.